Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. How are you? I am so excited to be back with you all. I had to take a few days to work on some other projects, but thank you so much, first of all, if you are a subscriber. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you're brand new here, welcome. And this pick a card is going to be another new reading, which is your mission if you accept it. So this pick a card will be discovering your mission if you accept it. Now you may choose the cards, the piles from the artwork that's at the beginning of this reading, or you may choose from one of these three cards, which I'm going to show you up close, or you may choose to use the numerology of the description box timestamps below. So either way that you do this, welcome to the reading on your mission if you choose to accept it. I kind of feel like this is talking a little bit about your purpose, if you feel like you resonate with that kind of thing, your purpose or your mission in life. So let's see. Group number 1. You have the Strength card here. The Strength card. Group number 2, you have Assertiveness. Assertiveness. Group number 3, you have Emotions. Emotions. So with the pick a card, you just take a moment to see what group resonates with you. It may be something that catches your eye in each one of these groups. It might be the cards, the art images, whatever it is. Welcome to your reading. The timestamps are going to be in the description box below. If you resonate with any or all of the reading, would you please consider giving me a thumbs up? This is a brand new channel and I'm really working hard to grow it. If you resonate with any of the reading and you would consider perhaps subscribing to this new channel, please click the bell so that you get notified when I upload new readings, which is about once or twice a week. Okay, my honeys, so let's go to your reading. Please pick your pile and the timestamps are below. Take care. Hello, group number 1. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle, and welcome to your reading on your mission if you accept it. So, this was a topic given to me by my spirit guides. And I really think it kind of cropped up when I was making the AI art because I was running across some really futuristic images. And so, yeah, when I looked at these images, I heard your mission if you accept it. Now, it has a bit of a futuristic kind of theme to it, right? Group number 1. And some of us, we grow up hearing you have a purpose in life. There's a meaning of why you're here. There is a reason for your presence right here in this 3D right now. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to admit, I am one of those people. I believe that we're all here for a special reason. Even if it's not apparent to us at the moment, even if we're still kind of growing into our shoes, so to speak, when it comes to our own leadership style, there is a reason why you are here. All of our lives are connected by a beautiful web, and that web is something that we are more and more becoming aware of. At least the people I'm connected with, I think that my soul tribe understands that our lives are interconnected for a reason. And so this reading, we're going to touch into what is your mission and what is it that you would need to know in order to feel like you can accept it with confidence, right? Sometimes we'll have to accept the mission even if we're not confident, right? So group number 1, you chose strength, speaking of confidence. It's an interesting strength card because on top of the figure's head, right, is this whole, like, I don't know, it looks like a rock or a spear, but it also looks like something that is either coming from this figure's imagination, or it is being, it's infusing this figure's imagination with some kind of energy. I think I'm going to go with the first, which is, I do feel like there's something about your imagination, group number 1, and how it configures into the life you were meant to lead. You could be called to expand on your creativity, I'm hearing. But you can also be called to think of things in a new and different way. Group number 1, I am hearing from Spirit that you are here to open a new path for us. Now, when I say that, it's really broad, but it could depend on the work you're doing. It could be on the studies and the research you're doing. There's a brand new way of doing something. And what the strength card is pointing to, group number 1, is that sometimes with new ideas, new ways of doing things, new thoughts, you know that oftentimes those new things are not readily supported by the rest of the community. Maybe the community needs to see proof of something working. Maybe it's the idea that something new, it's so new, it's so different that people can't even imagine it in their own mind, how it would work, what would be the outcome. But group number 1, your mission, if you accept it, is to push forward with confidence, with a self-assuredness that your ideas, that the projects you're working on, that something that you are creating, group number 1, is well worth your time, and it will benefit the greater good. Wow, that's just what I got from one card. Okay, group number 1, there's some powerful people here in this group. It doesn't surprise me. Some of you could be Leo. You could have Leo prominently somewhere in your chart. You don't have to, but some of you might be. Some of you in that Leo-ness have an audience that you can influence. So you may be an influencer on social media. You may be popular in your field of work, but I'm being shown by Spirit that you all already have a willing audience that is trustworthy of you and who wants to hear your ideas. Let's go to the next card. You have the Ace of Wands here. Ace of Wands, it always speaks to a new endeavor, a new business idea, but it can also speak to your tenacity to see something through that's brand new. So group number 1, it's still in the same keeping. There is action to be taken, some action you're getting ready to take that relies heavily on your imaginal process. That could also mean your intellect, your intelligence, but it is relying heavily on you creating something that has never been seen, heard, thought of before. You have bountiness. It's interesting because it says here, generously given, relationships coming together. You know, this card reminds me of like a 3 of Pentacles kind of energy. It's this whole idea. Spirit is saying this might be specific for someone, but maybe you have these really beautiful ideas, but you're afraid to share them because you don't want someone to steal them. And Spirit is saying here, while that's all well and good, and we know those things happen, group number one, you are being told that in this moment, your purpose, your mission has something very much to do with sharing your wisdom throughout your community, throughout your field, however you like to think about it. You are needed to share your teachings. Some of you need to teach what you know. And so Spirit is saying here, the whole idea of something being stolen from you, please relax on that, because they're saying only you can teach it the way that you're going to teach it. Only you can really communicate about this whole idea, group number one, in a way that other people just haven't thought about it. Again, you are coming up with something so unique and rare that other people will not have time to catch up to even suggest what you're going to be suggesting. It's going to be very clear that you have put a great deal of thought and action into this idea. So, what is it that is your mission, group number one? Breath work. Isn't that fascinating? I don't know about you all, but there's so many ads right now for different breath work techniques. It says here, allow your breath to expand your spirit and fill your heart. So group number one, quite literally, some of you may be learning breath work, you may be teaching breath work, you may be teaching a modality that involves the breath that is going to be healing for so many people. In fact, it's going to be so popular, it is going to bring you a bounty, group number one. Bounty meaning you're going to be very prosperous with this idea. So please comment below if it is quite literally you're doing something with the breath, because this idea of yours, it's blossoming, group number one. But if your idea is not necessarily in a very literal way tied to the breath, what it is tied to, group number one, is the idea of expanding your spiritual beliefs. The idea of you working with your heart energy as a practice of spirituality. Some of you are going to be entering into a very compassionate practice. Like, say, if you are Buddhist, you may even decide to work with the energies of Kuan Yin or something like that. But it's not necessarily that. It's more of like group number one. And this may be, this realization, just by the way I'm hearing this, might be happening around the full moon, if one is coming up. But I think it has to do with some ritual work, ceremonies that you will be involved in, that you are going to begin to introduce some kind of idea. I believe that whatever it is, group number one, it centers around the phases of the moon. It centers around spirituality and nature. It also may center around some kind of movement. So you may be introducing a kind of yoga that incorporates breath, or some kind of dance that incorporates breath. You may be working with movement. Whatever it is, this may be happening in an outdoor kind of ceremony situation, or it may be very related to the full moon or the full moon phases. Group number one, what else is it that you need to know about this mission to make it successful? The Chariot. I'm being told to take it upright. The Tower. Being told to take it in reverse. One last card, Spirit. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Group number one, when this came out, it was in reverse. There's some kind of hesitancy you have around making a move, around a new beginning. I think it's going to require for some of you to quite literally have to move. You may have to move cities, you may have to move states, you may even have to move out of the country. This is just for a few of you. It doesn't have to be for all of you. But this Chariot is symbolic of you having to take some kind of movement. And that movement, contrary to what you believe, group number one, it's not going to completely disrupt your life. I know that whatever it is that's you're kind of being called to do, group number one, my guides are telling me that this upside down tower card means that there will be some change, but it's not going to upend your life. You know, like it is not going to put you in any kind of chaotic situation. In fact, it may be change that is definitely for the better, group number one. And then you have these 8 of Cups. I think you're wondering with the 8 of Cups in reverse if it is time for you to leave what you've been working on. Some of you have been working on a project, or you've been involved with something, or simply you have a job somewhere that you're wondering, is now the right time to leave? I'm hearing specifically that some of you may have had some kind of bonus deal or something that you were waiting on. But let's see what Spirit has to say. Because some of you may be waiting on something contractual to happen before you decide to leave. But I feel like, and of course you're going to make the decision that resonates the best for you, group number one. But Spirit is showing here another Ace of Wands. You are being directed as much as possible in your mission to start anew, group number one. There is some brand new start that you need to have happen in order to realize quite literally this new, I think some of you are going to discover a new methodology. If it has to do with health and healing, that would be it. But it can be in any field that you're in. You're going to discover a new way of doing something. But you have to be willing to take actions in your life, group number one. You have to be willing to move away from that comfort zone and get into a place where you are constantly in movement. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Like Spirit is showing that you have been a little stagnant lately, and you need to be able to make moves, to act on ideas, to work on projects. That's what they're seeing for you. Let me get one more card here. You've got the 2 of Coins. What I do feel like is that for you, group number one, this 2 of Coins is not necessarily talking about you being overwhelmed and juggling something. It's more about the beauty in which you are moving. And that can be symbolically or quite literally. There's a beauty in how you are embodying this new thing that you're sharing and cultivating, this breath work. And breath being essential to life. So again, it doesn't have to literally be breath work. It could be something that you are introducing that's essential to life, the life force. And there's something so incredibly beautiful about that. I don't know if someone is watching you and finding it so beautiful the way that you navigate this realm, group number one. It could be, let's go to our final set of tarot cards here. What else about group number one's mission What else about group number one's mission? Yeah, John Horse. Hold on for a second. I'm being directed to. Whoops, you're going to hear something fall. Sorry about that. John Horse, let me tell you, I'm being directed to read a little bit out the book about John Horse. Who is the Emperor in this particular deck, which is the Hoodoo deck, if in case you wanted to know. But what it says here about John Horse is that he's seated calmly on his throne. Again, this is the Emperor. He's clutching a knife in one hand, and in the other hand, it's balled into a tight fist. He's ready for anything. However, John's most powerful weapon, arguably, is the prophet Abika, who is busy summoning spirits to keep the community safe. Abika's clan totem, the Black Panther, is poised for a vicious attack against anyone who dares to challenge them. Group number one, I believe this Emperor energy is you. And if you remember in the beginning of the reading, you were being directed to use your strength. And that strength card, right underneath it, is we have the Emperor. This is someone who's finally coming into their knowledge, who sits on a throne of great leadership. There will be request of you, group number one, when you get into this purpose of yours, this mission of yours, to lead great armies. That's what I heard. You will lead great armies. Now, armies doesn't necessarily mean the military. It could mean great armies of people who are activists, great armies of people who are students, great armies of people who are, electricians. You will be a leader when it comes to whatever group you have this affinity towards. And they are going to look to you because you have so much confidence. You are here to share a way in which they can maybe do their work easier. You may be able to share with them ways in which you can get policies changed around their work. There will be something that you are going to introduce that will change the whole trajectory of a group of people you're related to, group number one. And that related could be you work with this group of people, you're in the same career as this group of people, you're in the same organization as this group of people or community. Whatever it is, group number one, you will be asked to take up leadership position. And Spirit is saying here, you are already an Emperor energy, so you have the tools, you have the know-how. You have a Daughter of Knives, which is the Page of Swords in reverse. I'm going to say this too. Group number one, sometimes being a leader is not always pleasing everyone. It's not going to be, in some cases, everyone feels satisfied with your decisions. And I think this is where Spirit is pointing out. In your mission, a big part of your mission is accepting it for yourself. Accepting that you have the qualifications and you have the know-how. It doesn't mean that you won't receive anyone else's help or advice, but it is saying here you are quite ready. Group number one, you're ready. You're ready to take on that role. You're ready to do what you've come here to do on this beautiful planet. So, group number 1, if you resonated with anything that I spoke about, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. It helps me grow this brand new channel. And if you like the way that I read, please consider subscribing to this channel and clicking the bell, because it lets you know when I upload new material. If this is where we part, group number 1, I've enjoyed this reading. There's great things ahead of you, and I'm excited for that. Take care. Peace. Hello, group number 2. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle, and this is your pick a card on your mission if you accept it. So, group number 2, this reading came about, I believe, because Spirit has messages for us regarding our purpose in life, regarding our mission. If you resonate with as a person who probably has a mission in life, I personally want to say that I believe we all are here for a reason. Even our reasons might be big, our reasons might be smaller, but we are here for a reason, group number 2. And we're here to learn, and we're here to share. So group number 2, you chose assertiveness. It's interesting. It's represented by this new moon, or this eclipsed moon. Spirit is saying here that lately in this group, take it where it resonates, something has felt lately like you have been eclipsed from something you've always wanted in your life. It feels like it's been dimmed, or it feels like a shadow is somewhere over it. So group number 2, this assertiveness is talking about the willingness to reach into some kind of stagnant energy and begin to move it around. Begin to take necessary actions to get your life back on track if it feels like it's not on mission. I feel that many of you in group number 2 are born with some kind of urge inside of you that feels like a mission, that feels like you're here to do something. But maybe lately, group number 2, you feel like you've kind of disconnected with that energy lately. Maybe you've been worried about other things or distracted by other things, but there's something here, group number 2, that you are being urged to get back to your process, to get back to your mission. Let's see what else there is to say. Yeah, look at that. You have 8 of Wands here. The 8 of Wands is a very high action card. It means action. People are doing things. People are taking action. People are making moves. Then you have stagnant water here. Very interesting, group number 2. It says feeling stuck, a call for a shift, flow, change. This is so interesting, group number 2. There's something that you haven't been moving on. Now, I'm seeing this broadly because, of course, we're reading for more than one person, right? So, in one case, I'm seeing that you may just feel a little stagnant and misaligned in total on what you want to do next with life. That could be a very existential exploration coming up, right? Or group number 2, it could mean that there is something that very much has to do with your purpose. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you're a writer. There's something that you are doing that you've kind of put off, that you haven't paid any more attention to. You've stopped doing it. Either you stop creating, you stop writing, you stop dancing, exercising. It could be anything, you all, but something that you more recently have stopped doing, you've put a pause on, Spirit wants you to pick it back up. You are being directed to get more into action, because that thing that you've paused, group number 2, is your purpose, is your mission. It's related to it. It could be the very thing that it is. So, because, we're, again, more than one person. So if someone's a writer and you haven't been writing in the last month, Spirit says pick it up. If someone is, working out because they want to enter some kind of, bodybuilding thing, Spirit is saying time to pick up your weights and start doing it again. That was very specific. But anyway, something of that nature, something you have probably talent and skill for, or even interest in, that you've put down, it needs to be picked back up again. But let's find out, what is your mission? I chose this cards, this deck, to get closer to that answer. Oh, the autumn equinox. But guess what it says here? Nothing is whole without the acceptance and acknowledgement of all. And if you look here, there's 2 different beings, right? They look different. They have different races, different kinds of outfits. Could be a couple. Is it a couple? Sorry, let me bring it closer. I have all this light here. It could be a couple even. I'm only laughing because Spirit is showing me, for some of you in this group, this is about a relationship. Maybe a relationship with someone that is quite different from you, group number 2. Someone who may even not only look different from you, they may think differently from you. They may have been raised differently from you. But there is an affinity here, right? There is a connection here. But you're not making a move on it. You're kind of not sure what to do with this relationship. We're going to ask why. But I'm getting here, group number 2, that if it is a relationship or a partnership of some sort, it could even be a friendship, you all. I was reading an article that was talking about how certain people will never have friends outside of their own racial group or their own cultural group. And I think this is a significant, your mission has something to do with the relationship with someone who's different from you. It doesn't only have to mean race or culture, you all. It could be someone's a different religion from you, different spiritual practices, different economic class, someone who's a different caste system from you. I think there's some people out here who would know what that means. This person has something different. Maybe you are from 2 different cultures that are now, particularly now, at war with each other. Whatever it is, group number 2, a relationship with someone that you normally would not have a relationship with. A person that's quite different from anyone that you were raised or brought up around, has something directly to do with your mission. Let's see if we can find out more. I'm going to shuffle these really quick, so sorry if there's additional noise. Okay, so group number 2, what else, Spirit? The Lovers. I guess this is a relationship for many of you, group number 2. Say more, Spirit. 4 of Swords. It's been heavily on your mind. Perhaps the difference between the both of you. Maybe some of you come from communities that have rarely seen people different from themselves. 10 of Coins, though. This is someone that I imagine, if this is about a intimate romantic relationship, you all, I am getting a sense that this is a relationship that could grow and expand and turn into something that is quite abundant. You've got this 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles here. It could be a quite abundant relationship. And when I hear abundant, I mean children, the whole thing, if that's what you want. There's something about this relationship that's very fruitful that is going to, wow, for some of you, it is quite literally going to take you out of lack, take you out of an impoverished situation even. Wow. Yeah, some of you have been, this is specific, but some of you may be a single parent. You've been working really hard. You've been trying to see, how are you going to make these ends meet? How are you going to create some sustainable change for yourself? I'm not saying that you don't love this person. There's definitely the lovers here, and there's a beautiful, deep respect that you have for this person. But there's also the idea that this can be a partnership that helps you both grow economically, help you both get on your feet. There's something about partnerships that you build with here, group number 2. Building with someone, having that kind of relationship is actually what Spirit is trying to point out to you. That with this person, you both can do miraculous things together, and you will, because that's part of your mission. All right, group number 2. It's kind of funny, right? Because I don't know, sometimes we may not think that being in a relationship with someone is actually part of our life's purpose. But that relationship can touch so many things, group number 2, more than just our romantic feelings. That relationship could have so much to do with a lot of different things. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse here. What else are you saying about this, Spirit? And we have the Page of Swords. 2 of Sticks. Being told to take that upright. I'm also being told to look at the bottom of the deck. Father of Coins. There's something a little complicated about this relationship. Not only that you both are different, there's something else here. And I think that both of you are trying to figure out how this relationship can happen in a way that feels safe and secure to the both of you. Perhaps in either one or both of your communities, there is not much of an openness for people of different cultures or difference in general, because it's not only about culture. It could be any kind of difference, age difference even. So there's something here that's preventing you both from making a final decision. 3 of Sticks. But there's such a longing here. I am tapping into it. Someone really longs to be with you, group number 2. If you both have not connected this way, then this person is kind of in a crush kind of feelings. But someone is actually, they're a little bit at odds with themselves about what to do with this relationship with you. There's some dynamics that appear to be a little complicated, but there is a desire to make something happen here, but not to act hasty or act without a plan. Say more about the mission of group number 2. Yeah, there is a concern that there will be talk group number 2, about something. And I think you both just, I'm being told to look at the bottom of the deck again. Yeah, I think this is Four of Swords. There's a lot of direction here, group number 2, for you to be very thoughtful. Move with care, move with thought, move with compassion. And I think you will take that time to just think about things a little bit. How are you both going to proceed? What would it mean if you both had to just rely on each other because you lose support in your community? Things like that. And I think you are going to think about it. Maybe there were parts of your life that felt good on your own. You've got this 9 of Pentacles here. 9 of Pentacles is that independent person, right? And there's a sense here, though, that you don't want that only for your life. Yes, many of you have been successful. You have a good career. Things are looking up for you, but you miss that companionship. You want that companionship. You've been working hard so that you can spend some time focusing on that companionship. You've got the 7 of coins here. And again, with this Bishop Mason, I really do believe that there's some kind of manifestation of a beautiful relationship that's coming. But it's something completely different, group number 2. It's not someone that you usually would be with. But this person holds the key. Quite literally, group number 2. This person holds the key to your mission. It doesn't mean that your mission will not happen if you're not connected to this person. That is not what I'm talking about. But this person is a key of some sort to something that you will have to do in the future. Whether that means speaking up and speaking out about cooperation and collaboration between various different groups, or it may mean your understanding of what it takes to live in the world based on unconditional love. You know? So, group number 2, this is where I'm going to leave you. If you resonated with any or of this reading, consider giving me a thumbs up. I'm still growing a brand new channel here. I would love to be able to do some live readings. So please consider that. If you like the way that I read, please consider subscribing to this channel. I do new readings about once or twice a month. Twice a week, rather. Once or twice a week I do upload new readings. So thank you so much for joining me here. I've really felt an honor to read for you, group number 2. Thank you. Take care. Hello, group number 3. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. Welcome to your reading. This is a pick a card on your mission if you accept it. So, group number 3, you may have chosen this group with the artwork that is at the beginning of this reading. You may have chosen with some kind of numerology with the timestamps. Or you may have chosen this particular card. If I could pick it up. The emotions. Kind of reminds me of a jellyfish. Whatever the feelings, the emotions, they kind of represent water cups maybe. But there is something emotional that is tied to your mission, group number 3. Something around emotions and feelings. Let's see what that is. You have the Orun card, which is the world in this deck. The world talks about coming to a complete end. like something that you may have been working on for years. The day has arrived where it's complete. The project is complete. The journey is complete. If you were traveling, the completion of a journey, the completion of a educational journey, the completion of a training, the completion of a book. It could be that too. But the World card next to these emotions is speaking to group number 3 that your mission has something to do with something that's wrapping up and your feelings around that. Maybe even a new stage of life that's getting ready to take place for you. Let's look at the other card. Deep sea diving. Way of the mystic. Learn through experiencing the depths. Again, that theme of water and emotions. Group number 3. You know, in life, group number 3, we will have opportunities to heal at a number of different levels. I get a sense, group number 3, that you all are wrapping up perhaps a very long journey of healing. Something that you've had to do some real specific work on. Something that has for years maybe been something that you found difficult to live with. Finally, you're in a place where you've done the work. I see some people have done some deep shadow work, some deep stuff around traumas, perhaps emotions and experiences from the past. And you're finally wrapping it up. Maybe you're just in a place now where you feel grounded. You feel healthier than you've felt in the last few years, group number 3. It could have been just the result of doing some deeper therapy work, specific kinds of modalities. I don't know specifically, but there is something about your mission has to do with your healing, group number 3. Your mission has to do with the completion of your healing journey in some form or fashion. You know, we all keep having different layers of healing work to do, but there's something very big you've just completed, something that is now going to put you in contact with your mission. Let's see what that is. Peppers. Be fierce about the way in which you protect yourselves. Allies await. Wow. So if this card has something to do with your mission, group number 3, it's talking about, for some of you, you've been studying how to protect, using protection, maybe even spiritually. That's for some of you. I'm getting for others of you that you are on a mission to build community based on the things that you have accomplished yourself, especially when it has to do with emotions. You may be bringing a healing modality to a community of allies, people that have had your back this whole entire time while you prepared, you studied, you did the things you are here to do, and now you are ready to go back into that same community that supported you, that uplifted you. Some of you may have had a community that made your education possible. That is just a specific thing I'm tapping into. Some of you may have gotten scholarships from people in your community, or that people in your community were so proud when you went to university or entered into a training of some sort, because they knew that you were going to come back and give back to the community. And I see that as your mission, group number 3. In some form or fashion, you're giving back to those who have supported you, those who have held you while you had to go through some really deep experiences, some really, I get whatever you've gone through, group number 3, it was hard. It was challenging training, but you came out the other end whole, perfect, and complete, and ready for your community. Let's hear from Spirit some more on this. What else, Spirit? The Lovers in reverse. The Ace of Cups. Very interesting. And the Nurturer of Swords. That could be the Queen of Swords. During this whole training, group number 3, you did not engage in a lot of, how do I want to say this, distractions. You were not dating people. You were like, listen, I've got so much to do. I think your head was down. You were doing what you needed to do. You may have found it, that was how you were going to show your love to all of this, is by remaining committed, not getting distracted, being in your Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is like very logical, very practical, looking at the plan, very strategic. And I think that was just all of your energy, group number 3, to get through this. For some of you, this is university, this is grad school, you know, to get through it all. Wow. It's rewarding you in a number of ways. People in your community, you'll be able to give back, but you are also getting a reward materially, group number 3. So specifically, I really do feel like it's someone who's graduating from college or grad school. You have 9 of Coins. Yeah, it's like wish fulfillment. All of your hard work is paying off, group number 3. And I think your mission, if you accept it, is to understand this was completely the setup. Yeah, this is your victory. 6 of Wands. Be in your victory. That's your mission. You already completed the hardest part. Now it's to be in your victory, to be the winner. You won. I don't know why I'm hearing that Bob Marley sweepstakes winner. But it's like this part of your life, group number 3. You're like, wow, I didn't think I was going to complete that. And you did. And now you can live the rewards of that outcome. You get what I'm saying? And there's something in that mission for you where that's it. That mission is also calling for you to just protect these things that you've worked so hard for. Because it took a lot out of your life. It took you, for some of you, it took you out of your social life. And maybe you'll have to rebuild those relationships again. It was a rigorous thing that now your mission is to live your life. To not forget about the other components of your life, group number 3. I don't think your mission was this thing, which was education or some kind of accomplishment. I actually think your mission is to get back into your life, your body, the love of yourself, the love of your community. You know, like there's something about overworking and really reclaiming that. Like the nap ministry, how they talk about rest and reclaiming your life. I think that's your mission, group number 3. And you're going to feel like, wow, that's such a weird mission, to rest, to relax, to get back into the love of my community, get back into loving those that are important to me. But it is group number 3. You set yourself on some real challenging feats, but you're done with that. And now your life needs you back. Your community, your family needs you back. Very beautiful. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. What else, Spirit? Ooh. Are you coming? Page of Cups. There's going to be the Star. I've been told to take that upright. There's going to be so many rewards for all of your hard work. And it's all like soft, love, compassionate. Some of you, group number 3, you're really going to find that this part of your life resonates quite well with you. You're going to be very visible to people. People are going to be talking about you. Hey, have you seen group number 3 lately? Oh, I think they're back from college, or I think they're back from grad school, or I think they're back from their journey this way, and they've glowed up. They are so confident. They're so handsome, beautiful, whatever. I think that people are going to start seeing that sense of accomplishment on you, group number 3. It's going to make you more attractive to people. Oh my goodness, you're going to be in that King of Wands energy regardless of your gender. People are going to be like, God, group number 3 is sexy. What's happening? Group number 3 is like all the things in a bag of chips, So you're going to have some crushes, admirers. Yeah. And it's so funny because this 5 of Wands is like in reverse, right? But it kind of always speaks a little bit to gossip and things like that. But I really do feel like you have more supporters than anything. And those people are talking about just how proud they are of you, group number 3. And they want to hear about what's happening in your life. The Moon card is here. They want to know about your journeys. They want to, that 8 of Swords is even in reverse. They're seeing a real depthful change in you, group number 3. There's something about your confidence, the way that you light up a room. This journey, whatever you've been through, whatever you're coming back from, group number 3, it's changed you at a fundamental level, and I think it's just capturing people in a real positive way. But that mission of yours is to allow yourself to experience this, to allow yourself to be in the energy of your victory, to allow yourself to embody the very essence of who you are. And that's what I'm seeing here, group number 3. That quite literally, your ancestors wanted you to rest. You've worked hard enough. So, group number 3. Let me look at the bottom of the deck before I even say this. Like, look, yeah, I think the courtship card is even here. Again, the Lovers. It's like, I think you got the Lovers again. Yeah, for some of you, I'm going to say this. Your mission, just like if you were curious about group number 2, you might want to watch it. But I think it's different energy. It's just like, I think your mission is to finally allow yourself to be in relationships of your choice, whether they're romantic, platonic, business. But there's something there about you just having experiencing the joy of those things. And that's lovers come out 2 times. I really feel like your guides, your ancestors want you, group number 3, as part of your mission to fall in love. Allow yourself to fall in love. Allow yourself to find someone who connects with you, who supports you, who understands this big journey you've been through. Some of you, you're going to be guided to find that for yourself. Those are the rewards of all of the emotional work, the healing that you've been doing, group number 3. So if you resonate with any of this reading, would you mind giving me a thumbs up? Because I really appreciate that, and it helps me to grow this brand new channel. If you like the way that I read and you want to stay connected, please subscribe to my channel, and then click that bell, because then you'll get notified when I upload new readings. If this is where we part, group number 3, something great is waiting for you, and I think your mission is basically to be happy with that thing that's happening, happiness, not with that thing, but just happiness. So group number 3, comment below if any of this resonated with you, and I look forward to seeing you in my next readings. Thank you. Take care, my honeys.